Let's start.
Welcome to the WDS Lunch and Learn. The topic of today, FSE or Full Site Editing, block-based themes, and the new WordPress frontier. Please welcome our host, Alfredo Navas.
All right.
Welcome to the W.
Let's continue with this. Okay. Yeah, I was playing with I found it amazing. Okay, so what we are talking today is, I think we already covered this. Maybe the producers, a lot of folks doesn't really understand what full site editing means. So today we are going to try to explain, based on my own experience, what a full site editing is. So what we've been here all the time is, oh yeah, what is full site editing? Oh, you can, everything, it's a blog. The header, the footer, everything, it's a blog. And yeah, that's true. Everything is a blog. So then we go to what was the vision of full site editing. I think at its core, the vision is to expand the familiarity between blog-based experience. We've been having, pretty much time to play around with Gutenberg blocks to get familiarized with it. Although sometimes we find some covenants, like why my aligned image, it's going too far on the container and it's not here. So, but other than that, basically is you can use Gutenberg blocks to create everything. And that also means how we not only create templates from the developer side, but also learn how the producers can use all this group of blocks to create or edit content, posts, pages. So that's what I think it's full site editing. It's a completely new experience for the developer and for the producers. It's better, yes, I think it's super cool. Okay, so now this is what a full site editing and classic theme can look kind of together. This is the customizer, and that's the closest thing we have to edit a theme without modify files. That's the closer thing we get. On the other hand, we have the full site editing, and we have similar stuff, but what's the difference is that we can create templates and we can create a bunch of things from the editor. No need to go back. If you are not a developer and you want to create a custom landing page, if you have the right set of blocks, you can do it from the editor, save it, and test it right away. I think that's the main advantage of full site editing. So, okay, let's take a quick dive and check both. So, okay. All right, so what we can do here, we can add a logo, we can add the site title, and we can add a tagline. And what about here? This is our header, which is a template block, a template part that we can open. Then we have a group with the row, which has the site title and the navigation. So we can put the site title, the site logo. So it's kind of similar, you will say. What else we can see? Let's go back a little bit. We have here background colors that most support, and on the WordPress we can have different styles, and with a simple click we can change how we want it. Something similar to we can achieve those goals. Background image we can select here, but on our pages we can use a cover block that we have. We can add a, we have patterns, we can add a cover block here and use it as a background image. So we are closer, we have all this set of beautiful patterns. What else? So the menus, what is different on the menus? We can create this. Again, this is not a default, well, this is a default theme, but not all the themes has these options. While on full site editing, you should have the same options across the board. What we do here, how we can create our navigation, simple as this. But if we go to the dashboard, let's go to the dashboard so we can see what's going on here. Let's open it. Our dashboard are similar. No big change over here, at least for now. Apparently it's on the make, and so you don't have the menu anymore. You don't have the customizer anymore. You don't have widgets anymore. So it's been simplified and everything lands into the editor. Our block theme versus classic themes. Again, what we've been here is like, oh, you don't need PHP. Everything is HTML now. That is partially true. You still use PHP on block-based themes. You can use their function files, even if it's not by default. So the main difference is that. What other main difference is? Now we have a set of new blocks. We have blocks for post titles, post content, and now we see the navigation, the site logo. Oh, everything it's a block now. So can this work with classic theme? Of course. You just need a blank page and edit the page for what I see. If you have like a blank index with nothing, you can drop the blocks and make it happen. So let's go back here. Again, let's take a deep dive on the big difference. So over here, let me just move this a little bit. Over here, we have the 2021 theme and the 2023 theme. There is a huge difference right now. We have less files. So let's get to check what's the difference between, for example, the index PHP and the default index, which is an HTML. No PHP here. So basically how this works is you can make a block on your editor, create your template if you're doing manually, and just copy the code and paste it. Similar of what we do on patterns, that we work on our patterns on the editor, and then we just copy the block and paste the content into a file. The same works in any HTML template that we use on block themes. So you can even create templates. We just copy the blocks here. This is just pasting, and that's it. You will have a template with the blocks you just paste. Same with the template parts, header, footer. As you can see, this is what will display that part. No more get header, no more get footer. It's just a template part or just an HTML comment. What other page we can look, and we can also look this page into it's here. It's this one. No, it's not this one. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, this is one. Where is the other one? Where are you? Oh yeah, here. So again, if we go to any page, we will don't notice any difference. They are exactly the same. Let's add a new one. This doesn't change at all. It's basically the same. No, basically no, it's the same. We can see, you know, different icons here, but everything it's similar. So what I'm saying is when we want to create something to a page and we are working, let's say in a paragraph, and this is a test. And we go here and copy this. This is our index file. Let's paste it under the main group. this. And if I save this and we go back to our editor. Back here, we go to appearance, editor. We open our template. Templates, index. I should have my this is a test, and that will be present on every page. So this is basically, we can call it the mechanism of how full site editing works. What other thing we can look at is how the header works. So over here in our header, from our classic theme, we have this. And on our parts, we simply have this. Again, it's a blog group, and this is a discussion I have with Aslam and Amor yesterday, and today with William. And I noticed that in order to make theme JSON, and we are going to see it in a minute, it seems like everything needs to be on a group block. And I see it on the 2023 theme. They have everything set up in a block, and this is because the alignment, only columns and blocks will respect the alignment that is set on theme JSON. And that's something I didn't show you. Let's close this. What is theme JSON? On our classic theme, we don't have theme JSON. The closest thing could be the style sheet, which holds all the styles for everything. So in full site editing, and before full site editing, we start having theme JSON, which, depending of whatever setting you have on your Figma file, you simply add all this. And like, let's say it's like design, or your design tokens can be here, and this will be respecting all the blocks across front end and back end. So here is when, rather than create all these styles, you simply bring your own, and WordPress will do the rest programmatically. Basically, the theme JSON will create all these variables and will be available everywhere. So this is another difference that we have on full site editing. How we create our archive pages. Let's continue with the parts. If package JSON, we probably need, I have my feelings, we don't have a function files. But that doesn't mean that we don't need a function files. We can have a function files, it will work, but it's not mandatory as it was. Right? Remember, a classic theme can function without a function file and without that index PHP. On blog theme, that's not the thing. But yeah, you can still add and have function files and PHP. When I was saying about PHP is, if we go to the patterns, the patterns are still, even in 2023, depending on PHP. This is how you create patterns. Again, the same principle we add to templates. We can work our blocks, copy it, paste it into a file, name it similar on how we used to name our templates in the classic editor, and that will dynamically read by WordPress and show it on your editor. I think this is beautiful. We still have some styles, but these styles are the style options, and they are basically JSON files with the different colors and options that you can use. This is not a light mode, dark mode. They are just simply different styles of how your website can look. I know there is people trying to work into this, how to switch the styles from the front end. I'm really waiting for that. That would be great. And what else? Let's see. Well, there's just regular files, the archive file, for example, on our templates. Again, is just the query block on a group block. The query block is a new block for, if you don't know, which you can select how many posts, which posts you want to show. You can filter by author, categories, taxonomies. It's super handy and is intent of replace those queries we used to do on the pages. I haven't tried that much, but it seems to do what we need so far, at least on small websites. Another thing that we need to change is how we are going to work with custom fields. How we are going to use ACF, how you get a get field. Well, again, it's going to be a block. Everything is going to be a block. So that's another thing we need to change. And I think this is part of what I am talking about. Where are you? You're here. Okay, so now we take a quick dive into HTML and difference between the classic theme. All right, so this is what are the advantages of full site editing? Design flexibility. If you have a set of blocks well done, producers can create a bunch of things. They can replace header, they can replace footers, they can create landing pages without the need of a developer. I don't know if that's good or bad. Real-time editing, it's efficient than building while using them JSON. You are make sure everything is consistent across devices. That's for me are the major advantages on the full site editing. And finally, and let me just open this. Let me just move this a little bit. Okay, so what are the challenges and limitations? I don't see challenges or limitations other than change the mindset or how we build themes or components. We tend to think like, oh, we are thinking as a page and everything comes together and that's a template. But as the name say it, block editor is just blocks, you know, it's just create a set of block. If we have, let's say, oh, we have a hero, we used to do, okay, what we do, okay, let's build an ACF field with a header, with a heading field, with a text. That's not the right way. The right way will be, okay, let's grab the cover block. Let's add a heading block. Let's add the paragraph block, and let's add a bottom block. Then we have a hero. And this is something I did when I was working in Founder's course, and I was creating the hero page. It was doing entirely with blocks. With just the styles I did in my theme JSON and a few little styles for mobile, which still seems to be an issue. That's basically what I feel are the challenges. And let me just open this again. Why did it disappear? Yeah, there you go. I think it's a powerful tool for agency using well. Instead of thinking like, oh, we need to build all this, we need to start building the components, and then the components will build this. Similar to atomic design, which is not really atomic design. I think we need to think more as a Lego. Like we have all these small blocks to build a, you know, a car or a house. This is how we need to think. Again, when we use custom fields, oh, we need the relationship. Well, we just create a small block, we do the relationship, and then we put it in conjunction with another blocks that already has styles, padding, settings, so on, so on. And this is just an open discussion. We have time, so we can, you know, talk about it. I like it, I don't like it, what it means for us. Please don't be shy.
I got a question or two for you, Alfredo. Template parts. Is it possible at all to say have a header dash front page and then a header dash page, all these different slightly different versions of the header template file that you can conditionally include in the page? Or is that kind of a no-go and you have to have?
Well, not conditional, but you will have different template parts that you can use it. Okay, let's say I'm going to do the template for the About Us, and the template part is different from the template part from the index. You have to just drag and drop it, the one you need to use.
Okay, I'm kind of thinking from the default state versus a customized state, so I'm still wrapping my head around a lot of this stuff. So it's just a case of switch out in the database version of the template, so you've customized a little bit, and that's what gets used. Okay.
Yep.
Michael, if I understand your question properly, like I think so. Say you have the default page template. In the template, you could choose the default header navigation, whatever, and that displays at the top of the template. But then you have a landing page and you want a more simplified navigation. You can create a new navigation block and include that in the landing page template. And then you can have a blank page template with no header at all. And because each of those headers are blocks, if the editor was to choose the blank template, they could choose whatever header they wanted or no header.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what was implemented, and let me see if I got it here, is now, if we go, I think I can open this. So let's say we have this tab. We have the styles here. Where is my box? Oh yeah, here. So what they implement now is, for example, if I am on the paragraph block, this is all the global settings. These settings will be applied globally to any paragraph. But you can also now have this additional CSS file, which will be applied just to that paragraph. So let's say we can do like, oh, I have like a class that is going to be named, I know, paragraph blue. We add paragraph, I'm sorry. So now that's a class will be available on other paragraphs. So if the paragraph has the paragraph look class, this is style we apply. If we don't put the class and we just put, you know, I think it's WP block paragraph, it's the regular CSS file. That will be working only on that block, on the regular block. But we can create another class in the editor to do that. And then we can just copy that into a pattern or into a block, and that will get all the settings that we put on that paragraph into his data, into the HTML data, that we can use it in a template part or something like that. So there is a bunch of things that I didn't have or explore the fullest. But I mean, so far I think this is really good. I kind of like it. I've been like it since they started. I think I was the only one who was, but I guess by now we have more fans or not.
I mean, from a user standpoint, like conceptually, I like where it is going. I understand the use case for wanting to have like a little more control as a user and be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to the developers every time I need one little thing. But I do very much understand what you're saying on like, you know, is it in its infancy at the moment? Is this going to get better later on? Are there going to be some more guardrails? Like, I get it. I totally get both worlds on this.
Yeah, we have to remember the fourth step, the phase one. Phase one was the Gutenberg editor. Phase two was the full site editing. We are right now entering phase three, which is, if I am not wrong,
I think phase three is collaboration.
multi-author collaboration, yes. And finally, phase four will be the multilingual website support.
That was awesome, Alfredo. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, nice job.
It was awesome.